how are you all? I hope you all are doing great and I hope you all are having a great time. So today I'm going to tell you about Abraham Lincoln. Have you ever heard of him, kids, or do you know anything about him? Okay, Abraham Lincoln was President of America. I'm sure most of you all know. Even if you don't know, let us learn about him and how God changed his life and how much he spent his time with God and what we can learn from his life, right, kids? So Abraham Lincoln was born in America in a very, very, very poor family. So they couldn't even afford education of Abraham. They were born in that poor family, and Abraham Lincoln couldn't afford his education, but he was passionate. So he borrowed books from other kids or other person and he read, that much passion he had for education. And from kid itself, Abraham's mom always made sure Abraham read Bible every day. So every day she opened the Bible and made him read the Bible. So that is how the habit of reading Bible was nurtured in Abraham. When he was 8, like literally 8, he was a kid, that time his mom died. After he lost his mom, he was very sad. But every day he read Bible and also every day he prayed to God. He prayed to God for everything he can. He was very passionate about Christ and he prayed to God every day. At the age of 9, he started working outside because obviously he wasn't studying because they couldn't afford it. He was just reading books which he borrowed from his friends or neighbors, anywhere. Then at the age of 9, he started working at farms, shoe stores. He stitched some shoes and he also polished shoes, all sorts of things, He worked at all sorts of things, kids. But you know what? Why he did all of this? Because he wanted money so he could afford his education. He earned for himself and also he paid for his college. So like that, he started educating himself in law. He achieved law degree by very hardly, he couldn't afford it. So it was very hard for him to pay and also study. But still he did it. And after law, he had this goal. Back in those days in America, especially in America, there was this discrimination between white people and black people. So people who were black, like especially black Americans or Africans, were considered as slaves. So anybody is black, they are slaves. So anybody is white, they have the whole power, right, kids? So they can order anything, they can do anything to this black people because they were considered as slaves and they were sold out. So there was price tag for every black person and the white person can buy him and that they will be a slave to the white person. The system was like that. It was very disgusting and it is discriminating, right, kids? We can't discriminate a person just by his color, right, kids? We shouldn't do that. But in America, it was like that back in those days. And Abraham Lincoln was so against this, right, kids? God made everybody in his presence and appearance. Yes, kids? So we are made in his appearance. Everybody is beautiful. Everybody deserves God's love, and everybody has their own life. We need not be a slave to somebody else, right, kids? But Abraham believed in this, and Abraham told them whatever is happening, he's so against it. So Abraham Lincoln was so passionate. He had this dream of becoming president at the age of 10 itself. So he studied law. After he did his law, he became a lawyer and then he fought for president chair. And then he fought for many years. At last, he became the 16th president of America in 1861. After he became president, he slowly started this whole thing of suppressing the discrimination and everybody is equal, right? Everybody is equal. So after he became president, kids, how busy could his life have been? Like he had to attend all the meetings and he also had to do everything. He had to decide everything, right? He was the president of the country. But still every day morning he prayed to God. Every day morning he prayed to God and he spent time with God and also he read Bible every day. like every day. Even though he was that busy, he read Bible every day. And he believed that everything is possible in God's name. And there is this one saying that Abraham Lincoln said, which is so true, that the best gift that God has given to human is Bible. Now that we think of it, it is so true, kids. Because without Bible, there would be no God's words. Like, we can't find God's words anywhere, right, kids? So that is why it's important to read Bible, because it's God's word, right, kids? You should also read Bible. And after that, Abraham Lincoln became president. Like, he had his second president turn. He has this dream of becoming a president at the age of 10. But now he became president twice. See how wonderful his life has changed. Right, kids? So what do you learn from his life story? The only thing that I want to see is, from his life story, we have to remember that if you have passion, you can go to any heights, kids. Because he couldn't even afford education. He was from that poor family, and now he stood as president twice. And also, we have to read Bible every day, just like Abraham Lincoln did. Even if it's a small verse, read Bible every day. And also pray for God every day. There is so much to pray about. Just pray for God. Even if it's for a minute or two, pray for God every day in the morning and night while you go to sleep, right, kids? You can pray at that time. Yes, kids, did you understand the story today? Comment down if you understood the story and what you learned from the story. Right, kids? Okay.